Welcome to MissouriNet.com. I'm Bill Pollock. This is Friday morning, and of course, we got the news about Todd Gurley, the SEC's leading rusher, Georgia's main offensive weapon, out of the game now, suspended for this game coming up Saturday at 11 with the Missouri Tigers. And listen, you've seen the Google Hangouts that we've done all week, whether it's been with Mark Weiser of the Athens Banner Herald, whether it's been Daniel Lewis from RockyTopInsider.com, who gave us some insight, having the Vols played Georgia a few weeks ago, whether it's been TJ Fensky of KRCG and Matt Michaels of KTGR here locally, we've all said the same thing. If you can stop Todd Gurley, you're going to win this football game. All right, now Gurley, obviously he's out. All right, so what do the Missouri Tigers do now? Does this change things? Absolutely not. Nothing changes at all, and here's why. The news comes out on Thursday. Even if the school knew, Georgia I'm talking about, even if they knew that by Wednesday they were going to suspend Gurley and it was kept under wraps for a day, Georgia's been game planning for this game since Sunday. Monday, they install the game plan. Players start working on the game plan Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they've done this all year. The run game has been their bread and butter. They're not going to change anything because Gurley's out. It's just a different player that they're going to have to plug in. And one thing that head coach Gary Pinkel does very well with his players is not focusing on what the other team is doing. You focus on what the Missouri Tigers have to do. You focus on how you get better individually, and that's what makes the team better. And you don't worry about what's going on. That's an outside distraction, and Pinkel talks about it all the time. So I can bet as soon as this news came out, he may have called a meeting with his senior captains. Probably after their practice, he may have talked to the entire team. Nothing changes. They have to stick with their game plan. And so he talked about this strong Georgia running game. Here's a clip.
Obviously, got to play very physical against real good offensive football line, an offensive line, and you got to tackle well and pursue well. And so those things all sound great talking about it, but you got to do it.
And you do that by staying in your gaps, being disciplined. And listen, we've seen Missouri early in the season. I think they're getting a little bit better, but we've seen them give up big plays against the run. So you can't take anything for granted. And here's the other reason why you can't take anything for granted, because they've got a freshman by the name of Nick Chubb who's pretty solid. Now, let me show you these numbers, and I hope you can see these well. But as you know, Gurley rushing 773 yards. His average is 8.2. Now, you look at Nick Chubb, 31 carries, but his average is 7.2. Now, just to give you an idea of how much better Gurley is than really the SEC, Russell Hansbrough and Marcus Murphy have 27 more carries and still have fewer yards, about 40 yards fewer than what Gurley has. So that'll give you an idea of just how good he is. But Chubb is averaging 7.2 yards per carry. And they're going to try to run the ball, because if you look at their receiving leader, Chris Conley, 13 catches for 200 yards. 200 yards, that's tops on their team right there, 200 yards. You look at Darius White, who is second on the Tigers with 15 catches for 230 yards. So you can tell they do not run or pass the football at all. So listen, nothing changes. Nothing changes for the Missouri Tigers on Saturday. You go out, you stop the run, whether it's Chubb, whether it's Gurley, whoever it is, Herschel Walker, you got to stop the run. So nothing changes here for the game plan for the Missouri Tigers. It certainly helps them that Gurley is out, and it certainly gives Mizzou a big advantage and a good chance to get to 2-0. And then, as we can do here in media and fans, look at this and say, boy, the Tigers get to 2-0, and it's basically a 4-game lead over South Carolina, a 3-game lead over Georgia. Florida has their problems, and Kentucky, a wild card team in there that's right in the mix. But, how good are they going to be? This certainly puts Missouri in the driver's seat, not only for this week, but then down the road here for Georgia, helping them out. This could be one big major step for the Tigers winning the SEC East again. But they've got to take care of things Saturday morning. Now, you can follow me with in-game updates. I'd love for you to follow me and chat with me on Twitter. I'm at Missouri Sports. And, of course, MissouriNet.com for all your Mizzou Tiger coverage. Thanks a lot for watching, and another crazy weekend for Mizzou football. We're glad you're with us.